Good morning, this is Gillie. I'm live from Dartmoor. I'm in bare feet. I don't know if this is method or madness. I think there's a fine line between the two. But it was a beautiful morning here in Lydford, and there was a really special light. And I thought, week one, it's all about grounding, but it's also, the Elysium course is about finding a little piece of heaven on earth. And I've come out to Dartmoor for some grounding, and I was on my walk this morning, and there was just, look, you can see it coming through, right? That's just happened right now. But I found this little bit of heaven on earth. So I've come to Lydford Castle. You can maybe just see it behind me. And then I was walking around the castle, just doing a little exploration. And I was looking out the back and I saw like this clearing. And I was like, I don't know why, I was just drawn to it. And so I thought, this is my little bit of heaven on earth. And I wanted to show you how you can do yoga from wherever you are. And don't let the cold stop you. And this is part of the grounding sequence from week one. I thought I'd just show you the kind of thing that I do outside and that you can do no matter what the weather. Possibly not in rain. I've not quite got there yet, but that you can do from wherever you are, and that'll help you stay quite warm, but also help you ground. Now, maybe you've been reading about earthing is the key to grounding. Grounding is the antidote to anxiety. So, and also I think the antidote to this modern world. So I'm going to show you this sequence. Now, sometimes I'll do a earth salutation, and this sequence is quite similar. But the first thing you can do, now, I'd recommend having a bit of a walk just to warm up. And that's a great way, to ground yourself, bring yourself into your body. But also, it's just a good way to warm up the muscles. But when we find this place, and I think we're on ley lines here. I don't know if anybody can let me know if that's right, but I think it's a ley line. But all I know is my body senses that this is a great space to do it. And you'll get to know that, we thrive in the right environment. So I'm going to invite you just to find your feet. And this is in the sequence of class 1, but this is one that you can just do as a standalone sequence anywhere. That's why I'm surrounded by trees. It's just this beautiful clearing. And the light today, after 3 days of just it raining all day, here we are. So we're going to start with the hands together. We're going to make our little lotus cup. So we're going to bring the little fingers and the thumbs together, the backs of the hands together. You're just going to lift the heart up onto the hands. And we're just going to settle and breathe here for a moment. Now, for me, to bring myself into a mindful state, what I like to do, first thing is just to notice the sounds around me. All I can hear at the moment is birds. It's been like that since this morning. So just tune into all the sounds around you. Maybe just have a look around and look at all the colours and the textures and the layers of nature around you. Maybe you just can remind yourself of the season that we're in. We're in January, which is the season of where we tend to hibernate, but we do need to get outside as well. We do need to get that vitamin D. Now breathe through the nose and breathe in all that clean, fresh air. Notice the temperature. Notice the smells. And feel free to just adjust your feet. I've got twigs underneath my feet, but they've come in quite handy because I created a little tripod for my phone with the twigs. I just sense the earth beneath the feet as well. Here it feels really soft. I can already feel, and if I just start to remind myself of the fact that the earth is a battery, I can sense that energy. And I feel myself just plug in to that battery. And I plug in through the kidney points on the feet. I go through that in the full class. And that's just going to put you into that perfect stance of stability and balance. And I'm just going to take the hips side to side while I'm here. I want to get a bit of movement there. I'm also going to pick up the toes. Okay, so I want to just start to free off the hips. Maybe swing my hips side to side and pick up my feet. find my feet. Now even just going to start to roll the shoulders as well. So just doing what feels nice to help bring yourself into your body, to go, you know, seek out that sensation where you get that, doesn't that feel delicious? And what we're going to do from here, going to take an inhale, going to extend the palms up towards the sky. Yay, I can say sky again. I bring the hands together. And then as you exhale, I bend the knees, I take the tailbone back, and I bring the hands down and touch the earth. Now here I'm going to spend a little moment with the hands in the earth as well. And I'm just going to maybe shake out the head without my hat coming off. Still leave my hat. And I've got the kidneys covered. That's important. And this is delicious. There's not one part of me going, oh, it's too cold for this. This is perfect. Now, as I start to lift the head, always come up with the head lifted, and the sequence can have the palms come back towards you, as if scooping something out of your pelvic bowl there. Bringing the earth energy up through the body. The backs of the hands come together. As we straighten the legs, you turn the palms towards you. Lift the fingers up towards the sky, and then you exhale, the palms stay lifted. We just relax the shoulders. And if this, as if there's kind of, surrendering to hold the sun and the moon in the hands. Sun, moon, sun, moon. Inhale, gathering all that lovely light and natural energy from around you. And exhale, come down and touch the earth. And then let's mix things up. I like to imagine here that I've got my hands in the soil, and actually I've got sticks and leaves and all sorts here. Connecting with the earth, bringing that earth energy up through the midline of the body, through the chakras, up through the pelvic bowl. Backs of the hands come together. We lift the palms up and then we open out. We're going to do that one more time. So maybe you extend a bit further. Moving slowly with breath. Don't be fooled into thinking this is easy because it's slow. Look at martial artists. Let's get some of that energy as well. But the more slowly we go, the more strength and control it takes. Good for controlling mind, controlling body. We need to slow everything down in this world. Scooping out, backs of the hands together, lifting up, and then opening out. Now the next move, it's like a standing cat and cow. As the toes come towards me, we're going to round the back and bring the backs of the hands together. There's the inhale. You really push the shoulder blades onto the back. As you exhale, turn the feet out. So lift up the toes, turn the feet out again. Open up the chest. Opening up to the light. Opening up this space here. Opening up the armpits. Inhale and round. And exhale and open out. Inhale and round the back. Getting rid of that resistance on the back of the body, the back of the heart chakra. Exhale, open the chest, palms lifted. Inhale, round, exhale and open. Now on this next one, we're going to change the feet. So you always just pivot on the heels. You inhale, you round the back. That's the hands come together. As you exhale, you're going to bring the palms so they're facing down. Bring the hands towards you and turn the feet so the right foot turns out to the side and the left foot's out facing me. We find a warrior two. So a lot of you will be familiar with warrior two. Maybe you're familiar to just going into it and holding. I'm going to invite you to, I call it chewing the gum. So pressing down into it. Now you see, if I lift the toes, I don't really see my toes amongst the leaves there. I'm glad you can't see my pedicure. Exhale, pressing down. So what this does is it softens the tissues. So it's like putting the hydration back into the tissues. Now just watch this right knee here. What you want to make sure is the knee's not going beyond the ankle. You may want to open the legs out a bit further. And then maybe we hold in warrior two. Just notice a big wingspan. You want to drop the tailbone down to the floor. Now if you press down into the kidney points of the feet, so just to the inside of the big knuckle under the big toe, so just in that little pocket there, watch the full video if you're not sure what I'm talking about. If you anchor down equally into those 2 points, as if you've got nails coming out your feet into those 2 points, it'll anchor the lower body down into the earth, and then the upper body, we want it open. So you think of strength and stability here in the lower body, freedom and flexibility in the upper body. And then all we're going to do to start with is just change the legs. So as we straighten your right leg, you're going to bend the back leg and you're going to stick the bottom out so we can bring the chest down low. And just look forward for the moment. So we just got these like flying bird arms. Seems appropriate because there's birds everywhere. Yeah, now I'm going to change this to a wild warrior. The right hand, you're going to turn the palm away from you. The elbow goes back towards the right, so you open out the chest with that arm. The left arm comes up, the palm facing towards the sky. And then you could draw both elbows back as you sink down towards the earth. So remember those kidney points going to anchor you in perfectly. So you've not got too much weight on one foot or the other, but the weight evenly distributed. We're drawing the elbows back. So we're opening up the chest. It's a wild warrior. Some of you will know this one. We're not surfing on this one, or that might feel nice. And if you want to, you can. It's your practice, your wild warrior. The wild warrior leads from an open heart, but has strong boundaries. Good, to come back up to the upright. Just release the arms down and bring the feet in towards each other. So, give everything a shake out. Whew, done one side, not the other. Now, don't know about you, but I'm feeling nice and warm. I have got my thermal leggings on and thermal top, which extends over my kidneys. Good for winter, with kidneys are weak in winter. The thermal top kind of down jacket, but feels like the appropriate weather. And I'm loving having my feet barefoot in this ground so bouncy. I can literally feel the energy coming from it, this light coming through. I mean, thank you, Mother Earth, for this one this morning. I'd only come for a walk, but then I just thought, grasp the opportunity. And this is it. I want to teach you to be able to put yoga into your life everywhere, not to be dependent on a class or a teacher or a method. No guru, no method, no teacher. Just you and I and nature. So let's get ready for the second round. So finding your feet. Remember those kidney points? It's not actually the second round. It's the first round, part 2. So we're going to hold that little lotus cup. So I like to imagine here. So, think of it. There's all this like infinite light around us, and light heals everything. Little Jack from the castle, age 6, I think he is, said, "Mommy, did you know that light is the most powerful element? Because light heals everything." Wisdom, he's not 6, I think he's 8, but still, right? Kids and animals, that's who we need to be watching and listening to. So swing the hips. Imagine, it's like a pendulum feeling. You got a really heavy tailbone, and then you anchor down into the feet, and then as if you've got a really, really heavy anchor going from your tailbone. There we are. We're plugged into the earth battery. Hands together. Take a deep breath in and breathe in. Wherever you are. Take an inhale. Lift up, bring the hands together to the sky. Oh, I love being able to say that. Yoga's so much better outside. Exhale, surrender down into the earth so the head stays lifted to the last minute. Now remember, you just go as far as feels nice. And then we gather in some of the earth energy. Now people, it's one of these things, people watching from a distance go, "Oh, that looks pretty easy." Yeah, my thighs are burning. I do this all the time. That's good. Squat's such a great functional exercise, but move about in it. Think of an animal in nature. We're not just linear. We're not linear in the way we move. We're plants. We're creatures of nature. Now, palms back towards you. Scoop out as if scooping something up from the earth, up through the pelvic bowl, back so the hands come together. We'll reach up towards the sky, and we exhale. Remember to relax the shoulders here, maybe even just a little smile. We inhale, we lift the arms up, bring the hands together, and you exhale. release down and touch the earth. Gather in some earth energy. It's there. This isn't just hippie nonsense, right? It's electromagnetism. It's the work of Tesla. We are electrical beings. There's an electrical current running through us. There's electricity everywhere, and it's available to us, drawing up the negative ions from the earth, sending them up through the body to cleanse all that stress away. And exhale and open out. Let's do one more. Remember, the slower you go, we're putting ourselves into a really grounded and mindful state. It's the opposite to maybe how we've been doing movement before. We're not ticking off repetitions. We're mindful, we're slow. As we control the body, we control the mind. Backs of the hands towards me, palms towards you, scooping out. Backs of the hands together, palms towards your face. Follow the fingertips with the gaze. And exhale and opening out. Now, pivoting on the heels, bring the toes towards me as you round the back. Backs of the hands come together. Really push the shoulder blades onto the back there. Get rid of the resistance. Those sticky bits underneath and around the scapula, the shoulder blades. Opening up to inhale to the light. Draw the light in. Inhale. Exhale. Opening up. Space at the armpits. This part, this is what we're trying to open. One more, or maybe two. On this last one, inhale, round, toes come towards each other. As you exhale, keep the palms facing down towards the earth. Turn the left foot to the left, the right foot just inwards. Okay, to wherever's comfortable for the knee. Don't strain for any kind of alignment because we've all got different bodies. You just want to make sure that, you know, if I look down, if I just tipped, I could kind of draw a line from my hip bone down the middle of the kneecap to the second of the big toe. Now, find those kidney points, those two anchor points in the feet. But keep moving in and out the position. Just makes sense, doesn't it? You know, we hold here, we're going to stay here. Oh, and eventually it'll soften and soften. But you hydrate everything. It's like hydrating. It's like putting water into clay, moulding the clay. Yeah? So you need to, in order to mould the clay, you need water in it. Yeah. Especially when it's cold. I want to put water into the body. And that's the element we work with the kidneys. The winter's about the kidneys, the element of water. So I keep the kidneys warm. Add some water, add some hydration in. And make sure you get plenty of water in this season. For me, instinctively, I don't really want to be drinking loads of cold water. Instead, I'm boiling the kettle a lot, or, you know, keeping a flask of hot water with me and adding lemon and some ginger. I'm taking that with me. I'm just drinking that all day long. Okay, anchor down into those kidney points. Anchor your tailbone down into the earth. Feel those three places. Imagine tailbone and this big kind of, let's say, plug, chain with an anchor, more so. 2 kidney points. Feel that just stabilizes your warrior. It's a natural way of engaging your bandhas. You know? Actually, the root chakra, the root lock, starts from the feet. I think it starts from the earth, but there's another thing. Now, we're going to bend the right leg as you straighten the left leg. Stick the bottom out. Let's get these aeroplane arms to start with. Don't forget to breathe, don't forget to smile. These are the important things about movement. Or anything you do, really. It's always easier if you breathe. And smile, even easier. Now, we're going to change the hands. This left hand, palm faces away from you. A bit Hong Kong food, we start this. I love a bit Hong Kong food. Fast. Elbow goes back. Right arm goes up, palm towards the sky. So it's a wild warrior. We draw the elbows back and we sink down. So if you're anchored in into those feet, you're going to be stable. You're going to be in the right position. Okay, and you draw the elbows back to open up the chest. I'm leading with an open heart, but I've got strong boundaries. Compassion and boundaries come together. Read the work of Brené Brown if you're not sure what I'm talking about. It's kind of just knowing what's okay and what's not okay. That's boundaries. Compassion, actually aligned with courage, open-heartedness. Compassion extends to ourselves too. Maybe lower down a little deeper. Ooh. And then coming all the way back up. I'm going to bring the feet together. Now that's all as far as we're going. Week one's grounding. I want to shake the hips here. I want to have a good shake. I love this. Shake out all the stress. Want to be mobilizing some stuck energy. Getting rid of some resistance in the body there. Now, I don't know about you, but from doing that, I feel loads better. I feel more grounded. It's got all the elements of lifting my vibration. I'm out in nature and being mindful, using positive language, breathing. I had music on the way, but now I've just got the music of the birds. But if you want to find out a little bit more, don't forget to go to the resources, which are on the website if you're part of the course, and then you get the password for that course, and you can go and read all about how we thrive in the right environment, how to create your own personal sanctuary, and what was the last one, all about electrical currents, and loads of other stuff in there. So thank you for joining me today. You might just want to take a moment to yourself. I'd invite you just to stand with your feet on the earth, draw in the earth's energy, the hands wherever you like them. I like having my just arms like this with the palms forward. I can always feel heat purring, buzzing in my hands here. And that's my clue that I've just raised my vibration. Or I've drawn a prana into the body. I've increased my prana. So have a beautiful day. Go and find your magical space, your piece of heaven on earth. I'll invite you to do a grounding practice like this one, and find a little bit of Elysium. Namaste.